supporting the ICET initiatives. So first of all, I like to record my thanks for everyone to joining this session on a holiday. So I hope this is going to be very useful, and I would request every one of you to interact freely and stop me wherever is possible so that we can answer and clarify any doubts we have either in the program or in the platform or system. The agenda for today's meeting is to run through the various activities of ICET, what we are going to offer to the student as well as academia community, and the features of the SelectSmart platform. In fact, we will run through the platform with multiple logins and see how it can be used to fulfill the initiatives of ICET. So that's what we are going to do. And I would like to understand from the participants if they have anything specific in their mind that need to be addressed today. So I will leave the floor for a couple of minutes so that if there is any specific requirement from the participants from EWIT, we would like to take that into the agenda also. So now I leave it to you for a couple of minutes so that you can just let me know if there is any specific expectation from your side from this particular meeting. Yeah, okay then. So if there is no specific question, so that I can proceed with the meeting. So initially I will start the meeting with the presentation from ICET. So I will just bring up the presentation on the screen. Okay, so ICET is basically Indian Society for Education, Research and Technology, where the clear objective for ICET is it's a society formed by various groups of people who are in research industry, who are in basically core industries, renowned institutions, and some larger companies like Tech Mahindra, companies like Sonata, IBM, Reliance, and then DST, then CSIR, and we have CSIR, and then we have lot BML, NAL, BL, and so many other uh, dignitaries are also part of this ICET society. So that the core objective of this society is to connect multiple people. For example, here ICET is trying to connect industries and companies, institutions, mentors, and students together. So I like to go in detail what are industry, because in today's world there is a need for each of these stakeholders to interact with each other. For example, if you take an institution like ours, East West, we need to interact with multiple sort of people. We need to interact with industries for placements, for projects, for internships, for conducting seminars, for basically for basically to have industrial visits, to conduct conferences, and so many other activities. We have listed around 30 activities where an institution and the industries can interact with each other. And similarly, if we say for example, for companies, what is the need for the companies to interact with us? If you say like that, so the companies want good resources for their organizations, and then the company wants, for example, they have a lot of expertise in facilities which they are wholeheartedly wanted to share with institutions so that mutually people can get benefited, and they want to be part of a larger gathering like conferences and symposium where they will get more visibility. So there are multiple needs from the company sides, also from the institution. For example, in Western countries, companies as well as the institutions works very close to each other on a partnership mode to solve some research problems, R&D problems. Where companies have R&D issues, they give it to the institutions, and institutions work along with their research scholars as well as from department as professors, assistant professors, and then they bring out to the solution, and then finally results in a patent or whatever so it is. So a lot of collaboration is happening there. So even if we take from a mentor side, mentors are people who have large amount of industrial expertise or some educational expertise. They might be retired, they may be still in the service, but they really wanted to contribute something to the society as well as for the student community. So we need a platform for them to communicate with them in a very structured and process-based way. It's not just like that 3 or 4 people are interacting with the mentors and then they are giving some input. So we need to make it as a standard operating model where mentors can log into a system where students all can see them and then choose which area they belong to, what is their expertise, and how it is going to be useful. And then someone has to track the transactions happening between the mentor as well as the student. So it will be useful in future for the students kind of thing. And finally, the key user of, I would say, end beneficiary of all these things should be students, where they should get enough amount of exposure, either in forms of technology, either in forms of expertise, either in the form of what you call opportunity for their placements, their internships, their projects, their industrial visits, their higher education, their overseas education, as well as for study tours. So they have plenty of need from the industries together where they can interact. So having all these things in mind, after several rounds of discussion, so we came to an idea, why don't we start a society, which is a common consortium, where we can organize these kind of resources. So we have connected with multiple companies. For example, we have connected with around 200 to 300 companies to provide opportunities for students in any form. Either it can be in form of an internship or project or a placement or an industrial visit or a talk or whatever it may be. So they have agreed to help the student community or participate in the student community in some form. So we have some 200 to 300 companies like that. And we have reached out to many institutions like EWT. Currently, we are successfully running this program in Rajarajeshwari group of institutions, RRC as well as ACS, and some other colleges in the southern part of Tamil Nadu like CK Engineering College and stuff like that. So we are bringing in multiple institutions together. So this will become a strong base for the companies to get acquainted and then get to see talents from various colleges from one point of time. Today, even not today, I would say even 6 months before, reaching out to colleges and going them, speaking to them, conducting a placement drive, it's not that easy kind of thing. So they need to spend a lot of time, resources, effort, and money to make that happen. Maybe it may be in a tier 2 or tier 3 colleges also. So we are simplifying that process for them, exposing our student talent together to those companies through the platform. So there is a continuous integration or a knit between these 4 key stakeholders like industries, institutions, mentor, and students, so they can do multiple things together. So we will see how ISET is helping them in doing that, and what are the process being followed, and what are the companies, what we have, what are the programs we have in doing those things. So before moving into the next slide, I will I'd like to have, if there are any questions from your end kind of thing, so that we can proceed to the next slide. Hello?
Dear faculty, please share in case you have any questions for Mr. Kannan, or we can proceed.
Proceed.
No, you can proceed, sir. Please.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So I will just give a brief conditions in terms of what is there today and how the future is going to look like. So basically today what we have is a localized education. What I mean is we get connected with companies or stakeholders who are basically nearby to us. For example, if they're in Bangalore kind of thing, so we look into companies which are in Bangalore. We look into research organizations which are in and around Bangalore or something other, or by means of known connects. So that is what I call it as a localized education. And today, as you see, there are plenty of online programs. I would say we are being bombarded with online programs from all sorts of people. So that is happening. And then the collaboration is less because it's all only a, what you call, I would say, a presentation mode kind of thing. So there's a very little avenue in terms of collaborate with each other. So partnering with each other, where I would understand what my need is, and you can tell me what your requirements are, so that we can work towards a common goal. Those kind of situation has not evolved as of now, so that is going to happen in future. And minimal industry participation. Today we are approaching industry only for very specific tasks like placement drives, and then for internship projects or some sponsorship kind of thing. But actual participation. So whatever industry is producing or manufacturing or developing, we are not part of it. So we have to bring in that culture of being, even it may be a very small percentage of participation, but we should be part of their particular activities, so that they will feel an ownership on us, so that the mutual interactions will become much more stronger in nature. So that is what the situation today. But what we would see from ICER from a futuristic point of view is, we will evolve into a centralized model where we have a common platform. We will have many industries connected together, a pool of industries connected together, willing to offer multiple opportunities in any form to the student community, where there will be a group of students available on this side who can pick up whatever they need from the industries. Either it may be a consulting or an expertise or a mentorship or a what do you call a know-how, technical know-how, or they want to present some paper, or they want to do some patent, anything they should be able to do with the industries. So we are creating those kind of ecosystem where the industries as well as academicians as well as the mentors can coexist together. That is what we envision as a centralized model today, which will normally bring in more amount of industry collaboration together. So which will result in a partner model. And for all these things, we need a platform. So it cannot happen by means of communication or a telephone or a mail. We need a common platform where all of these people are together, and then people can basically absorb or take whatever they need or provide whatever they have, share with other people. Because especially today, if we see the current situation for past 3 months, that would really become a necessity rather than, because to my knowledge, I would say it will take another 2-3 months even to get things into a little bit of a proper shape today. And lot of sharing needs to happen if going forward. So the culture of being localized is almost gone today. And we need to share our expertise as well as our infrastructure in whatever way possible to others. People who are not able to commute today, people are not able to come out. So, but they have a lot of time today where they need a lot of feed for their knowledge. So we need to grow their knowledge by means of in different ways, because there should be a separate discussion how this can happen, what are the different ways. One example that comes into my mind is we have enough amount of laboratories together today in all institutions, which are going to be idle for some time. So, and we are also working with minimal amount of staffs in all of our institutions. If one of our staff members or of our institution can take initiative and then create those kind of virtual labs, which can be seen by other people, not even by the college students, even by the school students, people who are doing +1, +2 kind of thing, they are also idle today. If they can see the facilities by means of this kind of platform on a virtual lab, it will solve many problems in the sense that they will know these kind of facilities are available in these institutes. Our institutes will also get visibility from the students' point of view, and the other institutions will also come to know these facilities available in other institutes. They can think of their projects and then going forward activities using that. There are many things that can happen by means of a platform-based model. So that is what we have envisioned from an ICER. So now I will go into detail saying that what each one is going to get out of their ICER programs. For example, here, SelectSmart is a platform which is going to manage all these activities. So we have around 30 activities in the SelectSmart platform, which we will see the platform after some time, after explaining why we are having this platform, because without knowing this objective, there is no point in seeing the platform. So now we have a good idea of what these activities are, how these multiple stakeholders can collaborate together. Then if we see the platform, that will basically provide a good sync between the platform as well as the program what we are running. So the clear usage of this platform is for student, colleges, companies, and mentors together. So for example, students, because they are the key beneficiaries, we will say, what do students get? I have listed them in details. For example, the connects, industry and mentor connects is a fundamental thing the student will get from this platform. So through that connect, because a student will be able to see some 200 companies using that platform. So what they will see is they have a possibility of basically asking for internship in specific area in specific company according to their interest. Similarly for projects, placement and publication, because a lot of companies and research institutions today are willing to collaborate with us to create joint papers, because they are doing a lot of activities on a regular stream in their industries, but they are not more keen on publishing those things to the outside world, so that they don't want to get it recorded, or similarly they don't have time to do that, or resources. There our student and faculty members can help them in bringing it as a proper paper presentation, or a proper presentation in a conference or a journal, so that they can co-author the paper. So that is one good opportunity in terms of publication. And from the student point of view and the faculty point of view, it is a long-term achievement for them, saying that I am part of this activity which has happened in this company, which will open up different opportunities for them. And then similarly patents. The companies can entrust students with developing some small working model. So it may not be a larger one, a working model. If that becomes successful, they can apply for patent for that. Because some of the companies are really willing to absorb the cost associated with creating the patents, because they have patent, joint patent in the name of the student as well as in the company. Then we are conducting multiple programs today, seminars, webinars, and then certifications. What ICET is clearly focusing is, if a person is basically attending a seminar or a webinar or a lecture series, it should end up in a certificate. The certificate is intended to provided by ICET in combination with a specific industry or a well-renowned mentor, so that the certificate should add value to his current profile. It's not now namesake that we have a certificate. That should have value for him, so that later he can showcase that I have a certificate in this area from this society along in combination with this company. So that kind of a very solid things needs to happen. Then mock exams, which is very, very important. The platform has facility for creating innumerable number of free mock exams. The mock exams can be very, very specific and focused, where a company's HR interviews can conducted as a mock exam, a technical test, aptitude test, as well as your qualification test for many other exams, and the training programs for larger exams like NET, or we can call it as a JRF exam or SRF exam. All these things can be provided as a module for them and then available in the platform, where they can go and practice and see what is the score they are getting instantly, because most of them will be MCQ type of questions. So, and then talent development programs. For example, if there is a specific need for a specific area where there is plenty of job opportunities. For example, today if in IT field, data as well as your data structures, your data sciences is becoming very, very popular. I don't know how long it's going to last, but still today it is popular. So in those kind of areas, we are bringing the concept of volume, where, for example, if they go and attend a program for data science, they will be spending around 20 to 25,000 rupees going in person and doing that. And even if they are doing it today in online, for example, Unacademy is there, Udemy is there, so many things, but all of them are costing it some price. For example, 500 rupees, 600 rupees, even 2,000 rupees is there. The idea of us is we get a very renowned mentor or a person who can teach them, and then divide it among all the masses, because we have all the colleges in the platform, so that the cost becomes negligibly less. For example, 50 rupees, 100 rupees for them for this program. But for the instructor, it's the same money what he's going to get, because of the volume of the students what we have. The final benefit should reach the student without compromising the quality and the content what they have in picture. So that can be done using the platform kind of thing. And then we have lots of overseas university mentors, mentors from University of Michigan, mentors from University of Aberdeen in the UK, mentors from Princeton University, mentors from Australian University. So these people can provide internship for the students over here, and then that will be a good credential for the students who have interacted with a professor or assistant professor or a research associate who are with the overseas university. And this also becomes very useful for the institutions to have a a collaboration or a tie-up with a foreign university, which will have more credits in the, I would say, in an NAAC or NBA accreditations kind of stuff. Then we have plenty of referrals programs we can have, because referrals program, what I mean is, today MHRD as well as AICTE and all these people are conducting multiple programs. So we can select those programs, whichever is possible, and channelite is through the platform. So these are one of the key benefits the students are going to get when they are going to be in ISET. So that is one of the student activity. The second thing is one platform to always manage the activity, because in IT platform, the student will have all the data what they have done in the platform, which we will see in some time. So in that process, what student will also be doing is, for example, in first year I have attended 10 activities and I have attended 10 assessments, I have scored this much. Like that, he will be building his profile for the next 4 years or 3 years, whatever it is. So at the end of the session, or whenever they appear for a company or for any other thing or other university, they can sum up all their activities as a PDF report and show it to them, saying that I have attended all these activities, I have attended so many mock exam conducted by various agencies, I have scored this much. So everything will be available as record, and then just on a single click, they will be able to get everything in a PDF form, so that it becomes useful for them. Then, as I told you, the next point is unlimited corporate assessments online. Corporate assessment is not the training companies coming and giving assessment. We will also ask real companies, for example, if it is an IT sector or manufacturing sector, to provide with them some mock assessment, so that it will be real, in the sense that it will have the flavor of their own company, because each company has their own style and policy of creating the assessments. So we will be able to see their style and then the nature of assessments from the real companies itself. Because I know a lot of companies or institutions or training companies are coming forward and then conducting this exam. I'm not saying that is wrong, that's absolutely good. But at the same time, we will really hear from the horse mouth, from the company. That's one of the key initiatives of ISET. That is the reason why ISET is collaborating with multiple companies with the one single point agenda of bringing companies as well as academic institutions and students together. That is the only agenda for ISET here. And then some paid internships may be there. For example, now a lot of small-time companies are there, middle-sized companies which are working in Peenya, Flipkart, Industrial Estate. So many companies are there. They would require assistance in some form, either in creating a digital marketing drive or in creating some blogs creation, or, for example, handling one part of their small design kind of thing, which they are going to pay very high for the outside people. Through this platform, since we have collaborated with multiple students, students can take part in those activities and get paid for them. So I would not say everyone is going to get paid internship, which is not practical also today. But if companies require some assistance, some students can volunteer through the platform and then get benefited mutually. The companies also will get the things done in a very less amount of time and larger commitment. The student will also get some assistance. Moreover, assistance is the exposure what they get in the industry. So that is what that will happen. And then basically it's a knowledge sharing opportunity between the academic community as well as the industrial community. This is what students will get from this. And now I will move to whatever its institutions will get. As an institution, what will get? So as the same point was collaborated with industry and research institute, mentors and overseas institute. For example, industry, again, we can basically, if you are conducting a symposium, if you are conducting a conference, you have to reach out with multiple companies. Now there is a platform where at a point of time you can reach around 200 companies for your sponsorship or your programs. And then if you are going to conduct a paper presentation, the students are going to present a paper, it can go to multiple companies and research organizations together. And if some of activities are happening in the research institute, then obviously the institution can also be part of it. We are using this platform. And similarly mentors, because we are looking for some professors, emeritus professors or professors from foreign universities. Already they are connected to us through as mentors, so it becomes a very easy process for the institutions to get them as our professor or visiting professors kind of thing, so that we can showcase it to NBA as well as NACC. I'm not saying not for the mere sake of just showcasing it to those agencies, but in real sense we can really collaborate. Whatever the experience and knowledge the faculty has in an overseas institution, they can bring it to our campus institution through various programs. Earlier they need to travel here and then, now everything is becoming virtual. So it becomes much more easy through the platform, where they can contribute much to each department or the area of research, what they are doing, then basically interact with students here in form of mentors or in form of a seminar or a technical talk, so that we establish So we have we are targeting around some 500 mentors like that. So the college will have an instant connect of 500 people across by using the platform together. And then we have basically created 25 activities that we will go through in detail while doing the platform. I've just given a sample over here. Then the other key today, key issue what the institutions are facing today is a brand building, because the institution should be known to multiple companies, and then we need more MOUs, and we need more institution visibility to the outside world. So ISET has a what you call digital marketing drive, which will showcase all their activities in various form like your LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and then Twitter and all these areas, so that all the colleges participating in the platform will be visible to all the people. Like in LinkedIn, all the professional network is there, so that most of the professional network people who are in a very senior position will be able to see activities happening in the colleges here. And similarly, in Facebook and social media, it would be very much helpful for the students to say, I am from this college, oh, I have seen this college in ISET portal kind of stuff. So the brand building is a key thing, what every institution is looking for. And instantly, they will get their brand known to 200 to 300 companies, which are in the platform. Today, it is 200 to 300 companies. Our vision is to bring at least 2,000 to 3,000 companies within a couple of years into the platform, which are real companies, not for the sake of just adding into that. So real companies who has agreed to collaborate, who has a specific size of employee and revenue, so that they are sustained and then sustainable for the past 5 years, 6 years. We have those kind of criterion where we will be selecting companies according to that. It's not just a paper company will be part of this. So in brand building is also one of the key things the institution will get. Then the other key, very, very important thing is activity reports. So for example, a college has 2,500 students. They will get a report of all 2,500 people in terms of what all the activities they have performed during the period of stay there, and how much they have scored in that, how much they have fared in that, what is the feedback from industry and other agencies regarding those activities. So we'll get a complete setup. And institutions will be able to basically showcase to any bodies or any other things, how many industries and other research institutions and overseas institutions the colleges are interacting together. So these would be the key benefits of the institution. So again, before moving into the next slide, which is more related to companies and mentors, I would like to have a small 5-minute session of a Q&A so that we can talk before getting into the demo of the platform. So Daphne, I'm leaving it to you so that we can open it to the all the people so that we can answer those questions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mr. Kannan. Principal and faculties, please feel free to ask any questions related to what we have heard till now.
And I could see a very good number of audience here.
Yes.
So that everyone has mostly joined this particular session. And it will be really helpful and good. This QA session is not only meant for questions, but also bring out your invaluable thoughts and ideas. If you have missed out something, this is a good forum to say we can add one more feature in this, so that it will be very much helpful to the student and faculties, because we have thought through of this from various angles, but your angle can be very unique, and then that would really help us in more maturing this platform and even the program itself.
Dr. Suresh, any questions, sir?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I could hear someone.
Yeah, yes, sir. We are just listening, and the things are okay. And as we discussed, whatever the companies which are there in this particular platform, is to conduct hands-on sessions as we discussed in the last meeting. So that more and more students will get the benefit, and at the same time, it will be interaction between the students and the mentor.
Yeah.
And practical session should be organized, sir, more than the webinars.
Yeah, that is what the 28 activities which I am going to showcase in the platform, out of which 80% are practical hands-on. So because we are doing this now because of the situation, whatever we can do online. Otherwise, it will be more than 80%. It will be practical, and then face to face, they will go to the industry, and industry people will come here. Those kind of collaborations only will be there.
Yeah. And as we discussed, the platform should contain the current industry contents. The hands-on session should be on current industry trends and technologies, because nowadays the students will not interested on simply webinars and all.
Yeah,
so the students will get.
I agree with that. So,
yeah.
There is no other option in these webinars. Even everyone is conducting webinars at that. Because when the thing is open, they can go to the industry and they can see the laboratories, they can be part of the manufacturing process or development process, whatever it is. And then it can be very, very mutually collaborative stuff. That's the main thing, objective in which we have brought this program itself. So today, the only possible thing we can do now is only this. In fact, I wanted to discuss with everyone, can we create something called virtual internship or virtual industry visit, where the industry people can showcase their facilities to the students virtually. Instead of going there, they can see the facilities there, and then what are the instruments, what are the things they are using by means of a virtual walkthrough. So that's also we are trying to plan. If the situation is not improving, next step we have to implement that, so that at least students will be able to see the real industry, at least in the picture, not in the picture, at least visually, rather than sitting at home. That those kind of programs, based on the development, what is going to happen, we will definitely come out. But any new activity that can be added, you can recommend. We can also do that.
So that is what, sir. We are planning to have an interaction with the students to collect what exactly they want.
Okay.
Because somebody is interested in different tools of testing, mobile applications, something on artificial intelligence, and like this. We are planning to have an interaction with the students and collect what exactly they need, or what are all the tools they are interested in, and what exactly they want. So we will interact with them, and we will submit a list of the
I will also show you the list of activities that have happened in the Rajarashia group. We have conducted 128 activities in whatever areas what you have spoken now.
Yes.
What I could see here is the IT CSE is having a good potential, I would say, opportunity to do this kind of online things. But if you take the other branches of engineering, like civil, mechanical, chemical, textile, aeronautical, their things are very, very limited, in the sense that mostly this kind of programming thing, basically this artificial data intelligence, or is not reaching well to them, because their core engineering strengths are going.
That is what we have made a department-wise coordinators,
exactly,
and whatever the webinars we will arrange, that particular webinars will be forwarded only to the concerned department students, because other things which is not related to CS and IS is not useful for our. Exactly. So that we have planned and made a department-wise coordinators. In turn, they will see what exactly it is and what webinars related to their branches and the streams. So they will forward to the concerned students. So that is what we do.
Sure, sir. So for example, I'll try to give you one example for the manufacturing student. For example, manufacturing student is very much interested in the packaging industry, if we take. So for example, there is a packaging machine which actually automatically packs all commodities by means of having multiple sensors in it. So if the student want to understand those particular process, we can arrange for a virtual workshop or virtual tour, where the person who is handling that particular machine can explain them part by part by showing that machine. So this is the sensor, these are the different type of sensors used in this. So this is how the heat sensor is finding this, and then this is how the pack. For example, if they are packaging the lace chips, and then so many packaging industries are there. They're using multiple machineries for that, for different volumes. 20, for example, 50 grams, 100 grams, half kgs, 1 kg, 2 kg kind of thing. How it is able to exactly fill that same amount of particular commodity into that. So there is basically a black decoding sensor which is there, which takes care of that. So students can really see that and explain. So as a next step, for the benefit of students from manufacturing, mechanical as well as civil, we will get into those kind of virtual workshops so that it becomes a real-time exercise for them rather than simply attending webinars and seminars. So that's also one point of thinking which we are continuously thinking, because IT as well as CSE students will definitely be benefited by these kind of training programs, but we should not be leaving out the core engineering students also. So we should be conducting this kind of virtual things in a very, very innovative way. And you can also come out with some innovative ideas how to keep the students from those disciplines very much engaged and then interested, because managing their interest levels as well as enthusiasm level is going to be very tough going forward for the next 2-3 months today. So that's why we are planning that, sir.
And one more request, so as you mentioned, around 80 to 100 companies are there in this particular platform.
Yeah.
So we request on behalf of the institution, so please convey them to come over here for the placement also, because just attending the webinars and the hands-on session with respect to the companies will not help the students. At the same time, the companies which are there in this particular platform should come over, at least 50 to 70% of the companies to the institution.
Yes, so basically it is a very, I would say, very diplomatic approach that we need to take there. So if we directly call the companies, come and do a placement, right, they will hesitate. So first we will get them into a campus by means of various other activities. You come and do a technical talk with us. You come and see the facilities for seminar. You come and interact with our students. Then slowly we should translate that into a placement thing. So initially, if you go straight away and say come for placement,
not now, at least after say in a span of 6.
Once we get them onboarded into the system, we will ask them to conduct, each one of the companies to conduct a couple of seminars or couple of technical talks. Couple of our students can go and do some industrial visit there. Then we will develop that rapport between those companies. Once that is done, then we can call them for a placement drive, which is there. That we will definitely do.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So now I will move into the next slide.
Sure, sir.
Oh, the slide is shared, right? Okay. Now this is for the companies. So having said all these things from the institution point of view, then we should also think how the company will get benefited by means of this program and then using this platform kind of thing. So what they should get is they should get trained, oriented and molded young talent. For example, that will happen if they are interacting with the students right from second year, third year, not coming at the fag end of the fourth year just for conducting the exam. If they are connected with our students right from the second year in various form of activities what we have described here, they will get two benefits. One is each company has one specific focus. Somebody wants to do an ERP only. Somebody wants to do only app development. Somebody wants to do only small component manufacturing. So they can understand the student mindset here and then the right type of student so that they can spend their effort on those students, not on every student, so that they can have a molded student, because each company will have their own culture and then basically way of way of operations. So they can identify students and then mold them according to their culture, so that it cut down heavily on their productive time of training. Because according to the industry, a person will become 100% productive after 1.5 years, not immediately after joining the company. They can cut short of the time 60%, more than 60% of that time when they get early engaged with the our institution or the students. Anyway, some formalities need to be followed, saying that when the student is connected to the company financially, if they selected them upfront, then obviously he will lose. They will have the right of refusal for those things. Those things can be discussed on a on a case-to-case basis along with the companies. And then, but we will be establishing a strong connection between the companies and students right from the beginning, not at the fag end of their of their examinations kind of thing. Then the companies can, once they are very confident about the institution, okay, this is a good institution, I'm seeing a good track record here, the interest level of the student is really good, and they have all facilities and laboratories, then they can share their expertise. For example, somebody wants to take a lesson on Microsoft Dynamics. The company might be very much, their business is only thriving on Microsoft Dynamics. They will expect the student to be part of their journey only in Microsoft Dynamics. They don't want people in other areas. So they will try to infuse their expertise to the students in those specific areas of Microsoft Dynamics. And then they will open up their facilities for them. They will provide the software, or they will provide laboratory exposure to do those things, so that the next level of interaction will start between the companies. Then the companies will have a larger visibility with multiple institutions, because that is also a very important thing for a mid-sized company. For larger companies, they don't mind, because we go to them. But for a very small mid-sized company, it's not that easy to get the right people. Even they will not get the slot one if they are going to be a smaller company. In those kind of cases, when they have a constant interaction with the student, they have a good chance of getting the bright minds to them. So that is what is very important, because it's not the number they are going to recruit, it's the nature and the quality of the people whom they are going to require. So for example, they may take 10 people from IIM. What really happens in the real-time scenario in the mid-sized companies, they are going to be there for 1 year, learn all the things, and then the second year they fly away. So the amount of investment made by the company in terms of their training, in terms of their acquiring, it's completely lost. And they have to start the process right from the beginning. To avoid those kind of situation, they can interact with the students, understand their mindset, that is more important, and their attitude, and then they can see whether they will fit into their long journey. For example, fit into their vision. Is this guy interested in this area, really interested in this area? So if that interest match, then it will be a long-term association between the student as well as the company together. So that way, company is getting benefited from this thing. And then some small solution and problems where smaller companies do not have the facility to handle, our institutions can handle. For example, the larger, the machining facilities, what we have today in mechanical engineering and manufacturing engineering is really huge in the institutions. Where a small company which is producing a component will have only one particular machine to produce that component. They will not have any source, or they will not have any time to do some R&D work on specific component. Those things can be pushed onto the institutions along with some professors and associates here. With the help of the student, they can achieve their objective. So that it is a mutually a win-win situation for the institution as well as the industry together. So as a whole, for the company, we will get a trained and then molded young talent. They have an opportunity. Then they have an opportunity to share their expertise, opportunity and facility. Then the larger visibility, and they can get solutions to their problem. These are the possibilities the companies are having when they are onboarded into this program, because they are not going to lose anything by onboarding to this program except gaining this kind of advantages with multiple institutions together. So they are talking about 100 to 200 institutions at the same point of time. They can see who is going to be the best in those areas, and who is, for example, a company maybe in Peenya. They will not go and select student who is in Ramnagara. They will completely select students who are near to them. For example, EWIT or for example, Cambridge College, which are very much nearby. A student is very much interested in, they will only focus on them. And that relationship will be a long-term one. So that we will bring that uniqueness using this platform, where we can establish the very strong relationship between the company and the institution together. That would be the benefits for the companies. Now I'm moving to mentors. So mentors, I would just sum up in one word: they are sharing their expertise, and they are getting wider audience to the platform. The mentor can mentor only 4 or 5 people together in a day, or whatever it is. Through the platform, they can meet thousands of students by means of providing. For example, I'll give a very key example. If a person is very much interested or very much knowledgeable in, I would come to your subject as data science, and he wanted to do some kind of service 1 hour in a week to the students. Using the platform, he can connect all 50 colleges together at the same point of time and deliver whatever he wanted to do. So he is spending only half an hour, and his expertise is being disseminated to 50 colleges, amounting to thousands of students. So that is the benefit that mentor will achieve. So the 2 personal benefits for the mentor will be: one is the popularity thing, other one is the satisfaction what he is going to get. I have taught around thousands of students in my area where I have expertise. And for the colleges, institution, you have a mentor who is knowledgeable and who is at your disposal at any point of time. where you can get his expertise in doing a proposal to a funding proposal, or to doing a project, or doing whatever the conference activity or a seminar activity. So you have a person at disposal who is have high caliber and value. So that is what the mentor is. Then nothing. Now, basically having given this background information, now I will get into the platform, saying that how this platform is going to support all the activities what we spoke here. Okay, now I will open the actual instance of the platform. So just wanted to understand whether everyone is able to see the platform. Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. So if you're able to see the platform, I'll proceed. So if you see here in the platform, we have 5 users. One is a company, institution, mentor, evaluator, and the candidate. So candidate is nothing but the student. So we have separate logins for all of these people. For example, I will go just as an institution to show what the institutions are going to do that. So I will just show the students who are there in the RRC. So as a disclaimer, I'm not supposed to show this, but since it's only a very short presentation, I can show this thing. For example, these are the activities which I was talking about, where the colleges can interact with, for example, assignment, camp, competition, conference, cultural exchange, digital learning, entrepreneurship, exhibition, feedback, higher education, industrial visit, internship, lectures, mentorship, onboarding, online assessment, overseas project, placement, project, publication, R&D, seminar, symposium, technical talk, training and development. So these are the around 30 activities which a college can collaborate with, either with an industry or a research institution or with a mentor. So we are capturing all this activity in form of a dashboard here. For example, if you take this dashboard, against each of these activities, so for example, one placement drive has happened, and then 481 students has been, 451 student has been associated with that, and 82 students have completed to their rounds. So the participation percentage is 18%, and then average rating, the companies have not given us the details of the scores, so we have not entered that here. So if you take an online assessment, they have conducted 2 online assessments in this month. This is only for the period of 1 month period, 30 days period. So we can increase the period and then see what are the activities happened in those periods also. 2 online assessment, 1,305 students have participated, out of which 90 students have completed. Participation percentage is 6.9, and the average rating is 2.3 out of 5. So the importance in this is, why 6.9% only has attended this particular online assessment is because it's a general online assessment published to all the students of certain departments. Because all the students do not have the enough facility, either they don't have internet, they don't have the system or something to come and take up the exams. So we have published this online test to 1,305 students. Only 90 of them have taken in this period of time. They may take it after some time, I don't know. Until today, only these numbers have taken. Currently, the participation percentage is 7. Out of the 90 people who have taken, the average rating out of 5 is only 2.31. So this is the type of report that each and every activity will be getting. So now the next question, how will they know about this activity? And then I am going to say that my activity is there. So if I go to my activity, Here you will get all the list of activities being posted by all the company. For example, power launching your career. This is going to happen tomorrow. So basically we have assigned 794 students for this activity, and you can see the details of the activity here saying that. So basically these are the students, 794 students who got assigned from mechanical. So we can actually choose, the institution can choose and assign students directly. It's only a one time. See, for example, we have a template where we can upload all the students, and then the similar department just can go and assign a student to those kind of activities. It's a very, very simple task. Once assigned, and the student will get all the information in terms of the activity, and he can go and attend it. And then they will also get a detailed report like this once completion. So currently 4 students have accepted that, and then 4 students have attended those things, and then they have not taken the what do you call assessment kind of thing. So basically they have agreed to attend this session. The what do you call, the acceptance has come only from 4 people out of 794 people. We have sent the request. So the request for the students to join a program or an activity, either it may be a seminar, conference, your projects, everything, it can happen. Everything happen in the platform itself. And for example, if you see the activity, all the projects are tracked in the particular system. If I'm going to do this, for example, projects, all the projects which are happening this year will be available here. See, for example, these are the projects. Engine operated wheeler and digger, who is going to do that, and mechanical department has posted it, and you will get who is the industry partner to doing that. So we can clearly have all the projects tracked. For example, if a management see this, management and the faculty can clearly view how many activities are happening in the college, what are the projects being done by the students, what is the project report. For example, if they go here in the system, they can upload their project reports here also. For example, basic details, they can upload the report here. For example, this is the project, and who are the students who are going to be here, kind of thing. And then they can upload information. They can upload their project report here, and they can upload the comments from the industry people, so that all information will be available for the faculty and institution at one place regarding the activities being done by the students. If I go to my candidates, so I will get all the candidates which are available. For example, there are 2,612 candidates there today in the campus, comprising of first, second year, and third and fourth year. And each student, I will be able to know what are the activities the students. For example, I am clicking this student, I'll get what are the activities he has participated. For example, he has participated in the attending lecture, he has participated in the Sonata placement drive, they have participated in the online assessment, and so all the details of the students will be available. And if I go and then see, if I want to see how the students have done, kind of thing, for example, I RRC student, I'll take one specific student and explain you. Okay, if I show this student, I can clearly see what are the activities done by the student. Here, this student has given a feedback about CTDS. I can see the feedback. So aerospace material session by Ravi, the feedback is 5. And then I can see, for example, he has taken the online assessment for the, because one person called Prasanna has conducted the Selenium class, and he has given the assessment questions. Then clearly we can see what are the questions given by him and how much that person has scored and what are the questions. So every record, each record, whatever the student does while that student is in the college, either it may be a seminar, it may be a project, it may be an internship, it may be an industrial visit, all this data will be available in form of a report here, and they can drill down to the detail of how many questions they have answered during using this particular platform. So now imagine a company seeing this, and they will be able to select the students based on the, for example, if they see my candidate, they will have all the data in terms of year of joining, department, what is the active status for them. So everything will be available for, they can pick up the right candidate and then see what are the activities being done by the student. They can say, oh, this student is very much interested in this specific area because he has attended all those activities which are relevant to me. So I would like to meet this student. Then he can connect with the student directly. So this kind of possibility will be available to the particular company from multiple colleges. So a single place, a company can see thousands of students. Similarly, the college as well as the student, for example, I am going to the thing called MyConnects. I have all the companies list here. So a college or a student will be able to see what are the companies associated with them at single place. For example, I am creating CDS Bangalore. I will get all the activities what is being by CDS Bangalore here. So that is the advantage for the student. They need not run anywhere. They need not go and see what is being published, what is available kind of thing. Within their system itself, they will be able to see all the opportunities available with multiple companies, which is going to be in the platform here. And similarly, mentors. So we have renowned mentors here. So for example, we have Arvind MS, who is he is a BA expert. He is readily available for them. So they can contact a BA expert directly without any help for doing them. So MyConnects is a very important feature here, where we'll have this particular RRC has only this much, but we have 300, 400 companies where we can push into any college based on their need. So that is which gives the connects between the companies and the mentors. For example, Dr. Nakiran Kaliyaperumal, he is from University of Aberdeen. He is head of the department for the electrical engineering department. So he is coordinating with RRC students and providing lectures on photonics and then how to minimize the wastages in terms of electricity distribution. So those kind of interactions are being possible by means this platform. Now I will get to a very specific area, how the student will see the system. This will be seen by the institution kind of thing. Now if I go and see how the student will see the system. So I'll say RRC student. And I need to select the candidate option here. If I log in, I will not see any other student data. I'll see what are the activities being done by me. And I will see the connects what I have with the industry and the mentors. So for student, it is important. How many industries I'm getting connected to, how many mentors I have, what are the specialization, and what are the activities I have done over this period of time. For example, activity I have completed, someone has evaluated it. So if I have completed, evaluated, and both the thing, I can see my report here. So basically, these are the questions what I have attended, and I can download this as a PDF, as an overall. So tomorrow, if I want to go to any company, I can just print a PDF of all these companies and give it to them, saying that so many things I have done during my course of stay in the company, and this is how I have fared well. This is how the marks I have scored. Everything is completely transparent, and this profile can be, in just a second, can be made visible to all the 200 companies. The 200 companies visibility will be there for this particular student at one point. So this is what we have created an ecosystem. For this particular system or a software to survive, we need good programs. That is what we brought in ICERT. Because ICERT will be the body which will be providing all the programs, Industry Connect, as well as the Institution Connect, Foreign Mentor Connect, and then connect with various other similar institutions. And then SelectSmart will be a platform to manage that program in a very, very effective way, so that each stakeholders, whether it may be a student or it may be an institution or it may be a company, will get the customized report as well as their customized target entity. Whether it may be a student or it may be a particular activity, they will be able to understand it in very clearly. So this is overall from my side what it is. So what I will do is, so I think we have something for EWD IT also. We have got some students' names, and then we have created the profiles for EWIT, and some, I think more than 1,000 students are there in the system, which are ready to be used, especially for EWIT. And then we can explore going forward what are the programs we can bring into them. Now we are sharing all the seminars and conferences what we do along with EWIT, so that they are also part of it. So if you go to my candidates, so basically we have 1,543 students from EWIT in our platform. The good thing is this particular data will not be visible or is completely secure, will not be available to any other college, and it will be available only to companies which are associated with this. Currently, we haven't add any activity, so the my activity button, we have only one thing which is happening tomorrow. What makes an industry successful? Because the college has to assign people. That's why no students has been assigned as of now. So they can add candidate just by clicking this, and then they have all the students going to listed here. They can select the student all, and then just they can click save. Then all the student will be assigned to that activity. So that the activity, then the student will be able to take the assessments or the follow-up activities for this particular program over there. So this is what we do, and this is a common dashboard. Even because there is no activity, no student added, the dashboard is empty. Even one student gets added. For example, for doing this, I can just see and show you all the things will be in blue because nobody has got added. So the moment you start adding students and activities, this dashboard will get filled so that you can see for yourself the volume of activities happening in your institution, how your students are performing in each of those activities, how many colleges and other institutions your institution is getting connected to, who are the different type of mentors you are connected to. So these are the activities you will get. So what I will do from my side is I will ask Daphne to send you individual logins to all of you in a very specific way. For example, each department we have planned for 2 logins and then 5 logins for the students. They can start with this and then experiment that. Since we have all the students, we can start including those department logins and then publish all the activity. So currently, I would say we have started only 5% of the overall activity which is planned, which is we are currently only doing online webinar and sessions, what we can do. Moving forward, we will work on all the 30 activities what we have listed in all possible ways, one by one. Maybe in, I would say it will not happen in 3 months. In a period of 2 years, we will have a very good system where we'll have around 300 to 400 companies, 100 universities connected together from abroad, and then we'll have 500 mentors connected together in this college, so that when you showcase to anyone, you can just say, I have 500 companies with me. I have so many foreign institutions tied up with me. I have so many industrial mentors associated with me. So many students have got benefited. These are the programs run by them. So everything is basically, it's not by means of talk. Everything is available in the system and portal where you can showcase to them, or you can take it as a PDF report and show it to them. And this will be very much useful in terms of NBA and then NAAC accreditations. And especially for students, it will be a very good opportunity because it's very, very difficult for them to get all these companies, institutions, and mentors at one area with less effort. Without their effort, they can just reach out to anybody whom they want, what they want to do in their career, who the expertise they needed at the one point of time. So this is the overall a thing which I wanted to communicate. Then the technical team and then be along with you and then set up those systems to you and then set up logins for each and everyone, because each student will have a login and password so that they can monitor their activities. And then each department will have their own logins so that they can publish all their activities which are going to be there. And then there will be one ICERT group specifically for your institution, which will bring all the activities from various companies into your college. So there is a very standard and structured practices what we have, and the process document is also available. We can share it along with you, and so that it will be run in a very, very structured way without any kind of complications and communications. And then the other thing is we have a standard back-end support team to support this. Around some 5 to 10 engineers are there, either for L1 support, any issues or difficulties for the student or a faculty or institution, immediately they can ping that specific number. They will be there to help you out and resolve that issue. And the team works 24/7 across. So before concluding the session, so I would like to just present you with a very small video what we have made, so that now you will be able to tie up this video to what we have spoken now. So thank you everyone. So this is what I wanted to initially communicate with all of you. So now I will open the session for questions where we can discuss, and then I will also like to take your inputs so that we can bring in more improvements and changes in the system which would benefit a larger student community rather than a particular institutions here together. So I'll open the floor for questions now.
Thank you, Mr. Kannan, for this wonderful session. And we open the floor to question and answers now. Dear faculties, please feel free to ask questions.
Because all of your ideas are definitely going to refine the system. So you know much better what students would need, and then how practical it would be to bring these kind of virtual systems into practice, into their regular stream of activities. So that instead of we professionals sitting and thinking, saying that what students would need, it would really be very apt for you to come and advise us in terms of what are the activities that can be there, how each activity can be executed or implemented, and what is the benefits that students would get. It can be very mutual, what do you call, very interactive interaction, so that we will also learn from what is required from you and as well as the students, because you will be the right people to say that. So that's why I thought it will be very useful to hear from you. For example, to improve this better in a much better way. So if principal sir is there, then basically any input from you, sir?
Another suggestion is, can we also go department wise? You know, each department can, you know, just check if any questions you have.
No, we'll leave the floor open. So if they have any questions, they can actually get in touch with you also, saying that we need these specific things. We need certain type of projects in the IT, certain projects in manufacturing, certain projects in civil, mechanical, and we want internship of this nature. We want this set of certifications. We want these kind of training programs. So those things can be communicated, and then we can accommodate those things in the platform. Since we have a group of companies as well as the service providers, it's easy to basically channelize them into the specific institutions for the students.
Sure, sure, Mr. Kannan. Yes, we can do that.
So if there are no questions, then we will actually conclude this session. Once again, I thank every one of you for attending this session, and really, it is really a wonderful thing to meet all of you together, especially the number of people who has joined this session on a holiday. And I hope this would have been very much useful for you and the students. And going forward, I'm sure that we will work together to make it as a grand success, thereby giving a lot of benefits for the students, institution, as well as for the industry community. So thank you very much. Have a very wonderful day. Thank you.